Hey all, Lawrence from Express Unity, and today we're going to be doing a very special video. I am basically wanting to join the whole Team Trees thing that Mr. Beast ended up starting up. And I basically want to donate a little bit to the cause, and I'm going to be making just a little mess around game where you just run around planting trees, nothing too big of a deal. Now, I do want to apologize before I start the whole video. Basically, I've just been so busy with work, and it's just been very hard for me to get in videos, basically. Yeah, I've really wanted to finish off that survival series, because honestly, there's probably only 5 videos left that I'd need to make before it's basically to a point where I can hand the project off to you guys, and you can make it into whatever you guys want, really. But yeah, I've finally got a bit of time today, and I was going to make a survival series video, but I saw this whole Team Trees thing with Mr. Beast and a whole bunch of other YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and Linus Tech Tips as well. So I basically wanted to join in. Saving our trees and growing more is something that all of us should be doing, because if there is no more trees, there's no more us. So it's something that we should all take very seriously, and I'm just going to do my little bit by donating $20. I already donated $20 at the start of today, but I'm just going to do a little bit more in the video. Literally, as much as you can donate. Can be a small amount, can be a big amount, but anything will help. Basically, for every dollar, a tree gets planted. So I'm donating $20, and 20 trees will be planted. How cool is that? Awesome. I'm now a good human. Alrighty then. So, let's go and make this little game. Now, I decided for the special occasion, I am going to be using my webcam. I don't really like using it, not because I don't like showing my face, but I just think it gets in the way of the whole Unity editor thing. So, I mean, if you guys want to see more of my face, just let me know down in the comments. But alright, let's start off by making a few things. I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy complicated, but I want to start by making a few trees. And so I'm going to do that real quick by modeling some in Unity. And I'm just going to make an empty game object called tree, and then we're going to drag... Actually, in that, we're going to make another one called graphics. And then in that is going to hold our graphics. Great. So we're just going to make some basic trees. Again, nothing too complicated. Get a few more cubes. Awesome, awesome. Ooh, beans. Alright, there's our first tree. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Okay, let's go ahead and create new folder. We'll call this materials. Basically my whole idea for the game is you basically just go around planting trees. You need to basically find the seeds that randomly spawn, and then you need to plant them in any like holes that are around the map. That's the basic idea, really, nothing too complicated. So I'm just going to call this material leaf, and let's call the next material bark. And let's just drag the materials on to where they should be. Great. Change the color up. Get some nice green in there, nice healthy looking tree. And we'll get a nice brown in there. Alrighty, that looks good. So basically my idea is that the whole tree itself, so we're going to need to offset the graphics a bit, so we'll move them up a smidge, there it is. So basically, when you plant them, the tree is going to be super small. Over time, it's going to grow. Once it grows to a certain size, it's going to end up dying, and then it'll drop its seed, and then you can plant that seed, and basically continue the whole cycle. Alrighty, so first thing I guess we want to do is make the I suppose we don't really need a player running around. We'll make it super basic. So let's go ahead and we'll make it like a little playing field. So we'll just center this like usual. Shrink it down. Oops, make it very large. And I am going to create a new material for this, and I'm going to call it ground. And we will give this a grassy color. Maybe a darker color. And we don't want any smoothness on it. Alright, that looks not too bad. So this camera now, I'm going to basically move it up and have it look down a smidge like that. Alrighty, so I'm not sure if I want it orthographic. I don't know. Maybe we'll change it up a bit later. For now, let's just go make the clear flag solid color, and what should we make it? I guess we'll just make it like a lightish blue. Yeah, that'll do. Nothing too complicated. Okay. So we also want to make a seed. And again, I'm going to do the whole thing again. We'll call this game object seed. And then we'll create another empty, call this graphics, and oops. And we'll right click in that, and we're gonna create a cube. And we're gonna scale it down just a little bit. Maybe stretch it out a bit. And then we're gonna create another cube, scale that down, and stretch that out a little bit. And we're just going to create a single material for this. We'll call it seed. And we'll just drag it over the two parts here, and we'll just give it some brown color, maybe like that. Great, that's my seed. Nothing too complicated. Let me reset the position so it's a little big. Let's, oh, actually, I mean, because we are using the camera, right? We kind of want the seed to be big so that it's easier to click on. So let's just rotate it like this, see how it looks. Yeah, I mean, that should be pretty easy to click on, I reckon. And we'll make patient 90. Great. Okay, so I'm going to give it a rigid body. Basically, what I want to happen is when a tree dies, it's going to basically explode all the seeds out, and then they will just randomly land around the map. So let's see. We are going to want, actually, I guess there's already colliders on those, so they should be fine. So let's create new tags. Let's create one for tree, one for ground, although I'm not even sure we're going to use that one, and one for seed. So we are going to give the seed the tag of seed, the tree the tag of tree, and the ground the tag of ground. Great. Now let's create a new folder. We'll call it scripts. Oops, I named it script, but who cares? Okay, so the first class, first script rather, I don't think we'll make it a class. Nah, we'll just make it a normal script. No inheriting, nothing too complicated, like I said. So we'll call it tree. We'll drag that onto the tree, and let's open up Visual Studio. Alright, well that does that. Let's create one for, don't need that. Let's create one for our seeds. So seed. And the last one, we are going to create one for our game manager. And our game manager is going to hold all our stats and whatnot. So let's create a new empty game object. Let's call it game manager. And let's drag that bad boy on there. So let's open up all our scripts now. We have our game manager. Now we just need to open up our seeds. Okay. So I'm going to create a public static int. Let's call it seeds. And we're going to start off with 1 seed, I reckon. Now we want to yeah, let's create a public game object. We'll call this tree. And I'm not sure if we'll need this one, but just in case, we'll create a public game object and call it seed. Now let's let that compile and create a few prefabs of what we have. So right click, new folder, call it prefabs. Oops. Alrighty. So we want a prefab of our seed and a prefab of our tree. In our game manager, we also now want to drag our tree prefab and our seed prefab. Great. Now, let's see. This is a rigid body, so that's all good. I don't think we want rigid bodies on our trees, really. Because once they're planted, they're just going to do their own thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just say raycast hit, we'll call it hit. We also, before that, we'll just make a ray. Ray equals camera.main dot screen point to ray, and we just want to get, oops, what's going on? We just want to get our mouse position, so input.mouse position. Now we can just call if physics, and we want to get our raycast. First thing we want to do is pass in our ray, so ray, and then we just out hit. We're going to give it an unlimited distance, so we don't need to pass in any distance at all. Now, I guess we can use that a tag after. Oh, did we actually tag it ground? We did. All right. We're also going to name this ground as well. So we'll just name it ground. And we'll just say if hit.collider.tag is equal to ground, then we want to instantiate our tree. So game object tree equals instantiate and our prefab, which is capitalized tree, and it will be hit.point and quaternium, or we could give it a random rotation to spice things up a bit. We'll do that a bit later. But for now, oops, identity. Alright, great. So, basically before this, we want to say if seeds is greater than or equal to 1. If it is, then we do this, and we say seeds take away. So basically every time we place a tree, we also remove a seed from our inventory. Great. So let's just disable our tree. We have an error. What is our error? This if statement. I never put a bracket there. Okay. Now we should be able to place 1 tree. So, oh, okay. We forgot a very important thing. We want to do if input dot get mouse button down, and we're just gonna get left mouse. So if left mouse button is down, then we want to fire this whole ray system off. Alright, so if we click, there's our tree, and we can't place any more if we do click. Great. So now our next step, we basically want the tree to grow and once it's of a certain age, we basically just want it to disappear and throw out seeds everywhere. Then we can click on those seeds to add more seeds to our current int that we have. So tree, let's say, how can we do this? I guess we can go public float. We'll call this age, and let's make the age start off as 0.001, and we can say game object.transform.local scale equals new vector 3, and we just want to say age, and age. Now after that, we can just say age plus equal, what do we want? 0.01f, I guess. And we'll just quickly see how that works, if it's too fast or not. We're definitely going to want to times it by delta time. But okay, there it is. Cool. One thing we might do is let's just set the scale of the tree to 0. Just to start with. Alright. Cool. So, now if we click, there's our tree slowly growing. So that's clearly too fast. So let's say age times time dot delta time. Now that should be, I believe, a reasonable speed. So we click it, it's starting to grow, as you can see. Is it a bit too slow? Let's see. Maybe. We'll increase the speed. Maybe 3, I guess. Alright. And let's just say if age is greater than 0.3, right? Or maybe 0.4, because I think that was its original size. If it's greater than 0.4, for now, we're just going to destroy the current game object, which is the tree. So that should give us, what's this? Okay, whatever. So, if we start it, I think that's a pretty nice growth rate for it. So once it hits 0.4, it should simply disappear. Awesome. So basically with this, every time it disappears, we want it to throw out some seeds. So, I was going to use this from the game manager. I guess we can still. We could just say game manager GM, and at the start we'll just say GM equals to game object dot find object of type, and that type is going to be our game manager. So after that we can say basically we're going to copy our instantiate over here, and we're going to call it seed, and we're going to, oh, is that why there's an error with it? Gotcha. Okay. So we're just going to say gm.seed, and we are going to want to let's do a new vector 3, and we want to pass in the current position. So we'll go vector 3 pose equals game object transform dot position, and in here we want to say random dot range, and we'll just say pose dot x take away 5, pose dot y, oops, pose dot x plus 5, and we should be able to do that for both. I don't think we want anything on the Y. We might just set that to 2, and then this for the Z. So that should be good. Too many brackets. Brain can't compute. Okay, so I've messed this up real bad. So we want... Yeah, so that's 1. That's 1. That's 1. So we want to remove that one, and that should be good. So yeah, when our first tree gets destroyed, it should randomly spawn a seed around it. So we click, we wait till the tree's scale or age is at 0.4. Once it is, there it is, it drops a seed. Great. Now, we don't want it to just drop one seed, we want it to drop a random amount. So, we're just gonna call int random, we'll call it amount, and we'll make that equal to random.range 1 to 4. So we can drop either 1 or 4 seeds, and then we'll just say 4. Excuse me, for int I equals 0, I is less than amount, I plus plus, and that should now destroy and give us a random amount of seeds. So if we do that again, just for testing purposes, I am just going to speed this up. Change the speed to 5. So if we click anywhere now, we have a fast growing tree. Once it gets to 0.4, it should pop and give us... Okay, it gave us 1 seed. Not the test I was hoping for. Let's see if we can get more than 1 seed. Da, 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 da. There we go, it gave us 3 seeds that time. Cool, alright, so basically first we're just going to get some functionality working with this, and then we're going to add some cool little particles and whatnot. Alright, so for the seed, very simple, void on mouse, enter or down, I believe it's down. And basically all we want to do is destroy the seed, and we want to give ourselves more seeds. So we want to get or find object of type, game manager, and we want to say seeds. That is right. Did I only... No, what did I call it? Oh, it's a static, that's right. So we can just say game manager dot seeds plus plus. So now basically we'll start off with 1 tree. We can actually click this seed now. Do I not have the script on it? I do not have the script on the seed, so let's do that, and let's apply the prefab. So I can click on this seed, it disappears. I should now have 2 seeds, so I can place a tree there, place a tree there. I can't place any more trees. They're both individually growing. Gave us 1 seed. This one gave us 3 seeds. Now we can place 4 trees around and slowly multiply how many trees we have growing. Oh yeah, look at all these seeds. Game's getting spicy. Oh yeah, alright. Alright, so I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and move the camera back a bit so that we can actually see everything. Cool, cool, cool. Now, what I may actually do is the collision box for the seeds. I'm just going to basically triple it in size so that it becomes easier for us to click it. So that's good. Let's apply that. We could also do something like this. Let's just say that we want to go to the seeds. Let's just say seed dot get component rigid body dot add explosive force. Let's, I don't know, explosive force of 50, explosive force position. Let's say seed. Let's go new vector 3. We'll say seed.transform.position. Let's say -5 on the y. And seed.transform.position.z. And this needs to be .x. So that the explosive force is underneath the seed. What's the next parameter? And radius. Let's just make that 10. So now when a seed spawns, it will basically be thrown around the map. Hopefully, that's the idea. So we can collect that seed. We'll place 2 trees. Cool, cool. I'm honestly not sure if that worked. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's add more of a force. Let's go overboard with it. Maybe the radius as well. Go a bit overboard with that. And we'll see how that affects it. Hey, there we go. We get a bit of a bounce now. Cool, cool. Awesome. I quite like that flow actually. It's pretty cool. So basically, the longer you play the game, the more seeds you get. The more seeds you get, the more trees you plant. The more trees you plant, the more seeds you get. So an infinite cycle of fun. Alrighty. Some seeds are obviously going to be falling off the map. Maybe that's a good thing. Another thing we can do to optimize this just a tad is on start we can just say destroy game object, and we can destroy it after 20 seconds, so that if things do fall off the map, they'll just be destroyed after 20 seconds. No big deal there. Alrighty. I mean, video's gone on for almost 30 minutes, and we've made a very simple tree game. But yeah, I'm basically just gonna give this project out. Maybe if any of you are interested in doing something fun and cool with it, feel free to do so. But yeah, I'm just happy to take part in the hashtag Team Trees, because it is definitely an awesome thing to do. If basically everyone donates $1, we can get a few trees out there. And basically by the January 1st, 2020, they want to hope to have planted 20 million trees. That's a lot of trees. So so yeah, if you guys want to help out just a smidge, just donate $1. Like $1 is all you need. If you don't have $1, fair enough. But you know, let's help hashtag Team Trees out. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely will be making more videos shortly on the survival series. But yeah, till then, please give me a like, comment on what you want to see next. We also do have a Discord server if you guys want to take part in that. If you guys need help with anything, there are heaps of friendly people in there. that are always happy to give you a hand, including myself. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.